Grand Rising. Damn, I didn't know I put the time for 1:30. My sister just told me. Oops. For 410. You could text me at that number and we'll set something up. Damn, where is it? Boom. Alright. Grand Rising, everybody. Dang, now I wonder, where did I put? I put 1:30. Where did I put 1:30 at? Alright, we here though. Not sure where I even put 1:30 at. Alright. Grand Rising, peace and blessings, everybody. Chill vibe, peace and blessings. Angie, peace queen. Lily, peace queen. Deshaun, peace king. Amanda, peace queen. Talisha, peace queen. Mal, peace queen. Ash, peace queen. Is Mal, are you new to the family, the Snipers family? You just tuning in? Let me see. Let me share my screen. Jordan Jacks. Oh, I said your whole government, my bad. Peace King. Let me see. If I share my screen, get this up real quick. Let me pull up Trading View real quick. Set that up. I see SPY broke 755 finally. Grand Rising. Let me pull this up on my phone. I'm just giving people time to join. We'll start 2 minutes. Wait, hold on. Let me go back to what I was just looking at. I think I'm tripping. Mile World. Is that my sister? Oh, that's my sister. Hi, peace, queen. First time on here. Good to see you. AV, go get it, peace king. Revamp, peace king. Hustle up and buy, peace and blessings. Darnell, peace queen. Hi, mamas. All right. How everybody feeling? How is everybody feeling? Temperature check. How is everybody feeling? Peace and blessings to everybody just joining on. Amazing, blessed. Love it, love it. That's what I like to hear. Grateful. Ooh, happy and beautiful day. Happy and beautiful day. Amazing. What's up, Cool and Peace King? What's up, Pat? Go see. Yeah, Talisha, that was a great call. And it's still dropping. 754. All right. So we can start now. I got two of them. Let me. $12.38. All right, so we start with our prayer and then go straight into the first one is Satan the Whisper. Then the next one is we'll chart market structure for about 30, 40 minutes. And then the next one is if God is with me, I'm bugging. If God is for you, then who could be against you? And then I have a bonus one, and that one is fire. It's the circumcision of the heart. If y'all read the Bible, then you know what I'm talking about. And then ownership over consumption, and then breaking mental and financial chains. So dang, that thing printing. So with that, let's start. And I didn't get in because I didn't want to get on the live and then be looking at the chart, and it would have took me everywhere. I could have got in with Talisha, and then my terminal triggered it too, but it is what it is. I haven't took no day trade this week. I don't think. No, I didn't. All good. There's always money to be made every single day. With that, we'll start. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Owner of the day of judgment. Thee alone we worship. Thee alone was asked for help. Show us the straight path, the path of those whom those has favored, not the path of those who earn thine anger, nor of those who go astray. And in the Arabic, we say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Maliki yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. I greet everybody in the words of peace be upon you. And in Arabic, we say Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam, Ab. KT, Peace King. I'm feeling, thank you, Angie. Sorry, I read Angie's too, but I'm feeling phenomenal, divine, phenomenal. Thank you for asking. I feel really good. Yeah, Angie, the charts are bloody today. I love it. It's something about puts. I already told y'all what it do to me. I love puts. All right, let's start off with Satan the Whisper. Let me see. Is Rams here? Let me see if Rams is here. He probably in traffic. He's not here yet. He's probably in traffic. All right, so welcome to the Snipers Command Center. If you're new here, this is episode 13, and we on this Wednesday lives we don't fully go into charting. We talk about just life, because Snipers Command Center is an ecosystem. Snipers HQ is where we chart and stuff at. This is all about life, real stuff, just trying to elevate. Anybody that talks should be talking to like elevate others. But if they're talking for like praise and stuff, then it's not gonna do much for them, and they shouldn't really be even talking unless, if you're just straight talking about charts, that's fine. But I'm talking about your imam, your preacher, all that. If it's not elevating you, then you need to find a new masjid. You need to find a new church. This live can be, I don't hold back. So it could touch you. It can make you feel some type of way, but it is what it is. If the shoe fits, wear it. And yeah, that's it. All right, so today is not just about charts. It's not just about the market. Today we talk about elevation. Because when you decide to level up, when you decide to build something real, when you decide to pull your people up with you, the spiritual mathematics change. The title of tonight's episode is Written in Stone. If God is for you, who can be against you? We're not here to play defense. We're not here to bicker. We're not here to argue with shadows. We are here to establish truth, break chains, and claim what belongs to us. So let's begin right here. Satan, the whisper. You have to understand the design of the human being to understand how the enemy operates. The physical eye cannot see inward. Your eyes are designed to look out, not within. When you see me, you do not see you. And when I see you, I do not see me. The eye is designed to look outward, but God wants you to look within. See? The easiest thing a human being could do in this life is blame somebody else. We blame the hood. We blame the schools. We blame the system. We blame white people. We're black. We blame society. We blame everybody except ourselves. But let me ask you something. What have you done? Because while you're spending your whole life complaining, they're still building. They're still controlling, and they're still ruling. And tomorrow, they'll still be ruling. And if all you do is complain instead of transform, true transformation begins when you stop staring at the oppressor and start staring at the mirror. Are we echoing? I feel like we're echoing. Peace, King. I know Rams is here now. I see it on the screen. Peace, Levine. Ab and Talisha twins. Why? What happened? She light skin. I'm dark skin. This chocolate, baby. Second now playing. But why you say we twins? A small echo. Okay. Thank you. Why she say we twins? I'm gonna read the comments. I know Ram don't like for me to come to the back. He always kicks me off the stage. Let me come back there real quick. Peace, King. What's up, Rams? All right, I just removed it. It shouldn't be echoing now. Are you not going to answer my question, Ash? It's like, no. All right, it's all right. You don't got to answer me. I'm used to y'all ignoring me anyway. It shouldn't really be echoing now. Is that better? Could someone let me know if that's better and I'll start? Look at Spot. 7,560. Let's see. Sorry, Rams. Come back there again. I bet. Bet. You guys are so funny. All right. Where were we? True transformation begins when you stop staring at the oppressor and start staring at the mirror. Because an empire cannot conquer a mind that knows exactly who and what it is. Now let's go deeper. You got the head and you got the body. The head is supposed to govern the body. The head is supposed to bring order, discipline, vision, and direction. But the body has urges, temporary urges, temporary emotions, temporary appetites. And the whisperer knows exactly how to speak to the flesh. The whisperer sends messages to the flesh and makes you think temporary desires are needs. That's how people become distracted. That's how people become manipulated. That's how people become bought. Because when a person only functions from the neck, I forgot this my chin. From the neck down, they are easily controlled, easily distracted, easily influenced, easily bought. But now let's talk about elevation. This is good. Water has 3 states: liquid, solid, gas. Water can stay liquid, but when you apply enough heat, when it reaches 212 degrees, it transforms into steam and it rises. But when you freeze water below 32 degrees, it becomes ice, hard, cold, and stuck. And some of our people right now have allowed the whisperer to freeze their potential. Frozen minds, frozen dreams, frozen discipline, frozen vision, cold, rigid, unmoving. But you need heat of truth, the heat of discipline, the heat of divine knowledge. Because when real truth is applied, you break form and you rise. Now look what the whisperer has done to our people psychologically. You got beautiful black men or handsome black men, beautiful black women, skin glowing, just glowing. Skin glowing like the earth itself. Just look like melted chocolate. Talk to me. And you still think you're ugly. Who made you sick? This system programmed our people to hate the reflection God gave to us. It taught our people the lighter you are, the more valuable you are. The less black you appear, the more accepted you become. That is psychological warfare. That is spiritual sickness. That is mental bondage. And today, we are breaking those chains. See, the devil is not always some cartoon character with horns, right? In a pitchfork. Like, come on. No, the enemy comes as a whisper of doubt, a whisper of division, a whisper of jealousy, a whisper of insecurity, a whisper trying to make you question your purpose, question your brothers, question your sisters, and question your mission. That's why you cannot give every voice access to your spirit. Not every conversation deserves your energy. Not everybody asking questions is asking questions for righteous reasons. Right? Some people only study your table because they never built one of their own. But we are not worried. We're moving with discipline. We're moving with structure. We're moving with patience. We're staying locked in. And we letting silent execution speak for itself. So identify the whisper, block the frequency, protect your mental estate or your mental real estate, and keep your eyes locked on the target. Because this is what happens when you graduate to another level. And that is Satan, the whisper. And man, SPY is dropping, and I'm just like, I didn't get in it. I wouldn't have been able to take the trade, but man, I would have been making some money right now. So Talisha, don't even post your trade. Keep it to yourself. Segment I'm playing. But how are we feeling? We're about to get into the charts. Mamas, my sister, she doesn't know much about charting, but she has been interested in it. But so this segment is charting, and then the segments after this won't be charting. So just stay tuned. Lock in. Man, this thing dropping. So this is ES. Futures is what they call it. Futures is telling you how America's economy is performing. There's a test from 1 through 10, and with the S&P 500, that's basically 500 of the best companies in the world, basically, because they say we have the strongest economy. And these cups, we're gonna cook up something real soon. Just stay tuned. Real soon. This is the two-tone Snipers HQ cup. It's amazing. You drink from this because I had chapped lips. Watch this. It's almost as if I put shea butter on them. It's nice and soft. Wow. You don't need no lip balm or nothing. All you need is a Snipers HQ cup. Do not put that as a GIF. Rams. Knock it off. I already seen you about to cut it. Let's look at SPY. So let's look at, so it goes from futures, the economy, and there's a test 1 through 10. And if 500 of those best companies are performing well together, they'll pass that test and you'll see the economy go up, which is the chart that you're looking at. It will go up. So if we look on the daily, these are time frames, 15 minutes. Every candle on, if I click, I'm not on a 15-minute right now. If I was to click on it, every candle will represent a 15-minute candle. Every candle in the 30-minute represents a 30-minute candle, and so on. Most people use the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly, 3 month, 6 month, yearly. You don't have to learn all that right now, but I'm just telling you it. The daily is what you really want to use in the weekly, and your higher time frames above that, monthly, quarterly, half a year, and yearly. So every candle on this chart is representing a day. So as you can see, the economy has been thriving, supposedly. We've just been ripping up. And now we're getting a pullback, which is healthy. Stocks don't just go up. Stocks are like stairs. They don't do this, because if they just do that, they're going to fall down just like that. What they do is they build structure, right? You go up, come down, you retest about 50% of that range you created. So the range would be from the bottom to the high, right? You'll test about 50% of that area, and this is your front line. The name of the game is buy low and sell high, really, for shares investing. But really, it's buyers versus sellers. And if you're a little familiar with it, buyers, they call in the stock market bulls with the horn, because the way the way when they're in defense mode, they're raised up. Bulls. A bear crouches down when it's about to attack. Bears is for sellers. Bulls is for buyers. You'll come down to that 50% area about your front line, and whoever's in control, it'll decide. If sellers is in control, it'll continue to go down. Buyers control, it'll go up. But you don't just go up. You create stairs. Come down 50%, and then you rip up, right? And then you come back down now to your previous high, and you want to retest that area to see if buyers are in control or sellers. If you get a clean bounce off of your previous high area and see it pop up like that, you're going to rip up. Stocks do this. When they're going up, it creates a stair to go up. When they're going down, same thing. They create a stairs to go down. Very, very simple. I'm gonna keep it really basic. Green the green candles, of course, is for buyers. The red candles is for sellers, but you still at the same time don't want to pay too much attention to the candle colors because sometimes they can deceive you. That's why it's important to know what your candlesticks can do. And this takes a while, but it's very easy. Like you could do anything that you want if you put enough time into it and actually want it. Um, so don't let the chart ever discourage you. The most hardest thing in trading is the mind. The yeah, the mind. Trading psychology, but I don't call it trading psychology. I call it psychology. I see you text me, bro. I call it psychology in general. The stock market was made um off of our ancestors. That's what funded it. The it was I can't give you the exact amount, but it was a multi-million dollar um market selling humans, the slave trade, right? That was the first thing traded on the market, really. Then you got your fiat currency, the first coin. But really, that was like in eight. I'm not even going to say it right now. But so once you understand that they traded us on this market, we should understand that it's made for us not to understand. That's why every black person, when they got their first iPhone and they see the stock market, they'll look at it and they'll be confused and they click right off because the way they designed it and the words that they use to keep us out of it. And not even just black people. Because and when I say black, I mean we come in every like type of race. Like we're the Asiatic black man, Asiatic black woman. So we're the first. You can see we are in Japan in the mountains. We're in Australia. We was the first ones on the island of Puerto Rico. So if you're Puerto Rican, tap in, learn it. Um, I promise you, I could pull up a picture um, if you want to know about that. But we're the first. So it's really about just a broken mind. They don't want us to come here and thrive. So the first thing you want to learn is how to master your energy, how to have control of your mind and not let your mind control you. Most people don't actually think. And it sounds funny, but if you really dig into the facts, it's true. Most people don't think. Only 97% of people think. That means, I mean, only nine, not, I mean, only 3% of people think. 97% of people don't think. They're running on cruise control, right? You have your conscious mind and you have your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is things that were programmed in your mind. So like if you learned how to ride a bike, once you get on that bike, you don't have to think about it. You know exactly what to do with the pedals or on the handlebar, right? The same with life. We don't actually think. Like I know that this is a cup because I was taught that this is a cup. And over these years, I just started to understand. I learned at a baby that this was a cup. But if I say this is a cylinder with a handle, and now I'm thinking, and I talk about the colors and all that stuff, that's actually thinking. We don't truly think. We run on auto drive. Well, we don't. I don't want to say we because I don't. I think. I think into detail. Um, and the reason why I'm telling you this because when you get into the market, you'll see that however you are outside the market actually will show up in the market. That's the beautiful thing about the stock market that most people don't know because they don't talk about. It exposes who you are. So if you are an impatient person, you'll see that on your P&L, which is profit and loss, meaning you'll see that you're in the red all the time. You can never profit because you're not able to sit still. Um, so if you have what they say ADHD, you're not going to be able to thrive in the market. But then there's some people that I don't want to say that because there is some people that can, but ADHD again is just something that they put on you so you can handicap yourself because nobody's truly ADHD. It's from the red 40 and stuff. Um, so let's see how I could make it so simple. I'm gonna find a chart that I never traded before. I mean that I never charted. The first thing that you God damn it. Let's see. Let me how we feeling? How we feeling? We know Angie. Talisha 1111 is her I was looking at your name. All right. So I'm trying to think of a chart that I could just start from scratch. I know it's how many people we got on here? It's not just my sister, it's 25 people. So it's probably someone else that doesn't know too much about charting. So I'm gonna break it like this. So we got, let's see. There every company has a ticker if it's public or even if it's private. ELVA. The ticker is the abbreviations of the stock. So you just type in the ticker and you'll see the full name here. I'm not going to get into Nasdaq is for technology. Um, so that's what this one is. I'm going to remove my moving averages. The first thing that I do when I look at a chart, and it's important to learn how to chart without any indicators. That's the first thing. When people get into the stock market, the first thing they do is get indicators. I could trade without my moving averages. I could trade with just trend lines, but it'll help you execute better. When you see a stock like this is called um a sideways market. The market trades sideways 70% of the time because you need liquidity. Liquidity is a bunch of money. So act like we're playing dice, and in the middle is the pot money. All that money is just think of the candles being all that money. So the more that you see this, where you just stay in this one tight range, this is all money right here. This one tight range. So it's a game. How I look at it in my mind, this is a game. So this is the pot. You got two people coming to rob the dice game. So they want to steal this money that's in the middle. Your job is very simple. When they snatch your bag, you have to predict by reading the chart. So it's not really predicting if they're going to go up with the money or down with the money. Very simple. That's what liquidity is. So the market trades 70% of the time sideways. That means only 30% of the time you have a real good trade. So it's really, we really shouldn't be trading every single day. There's really not that opportunity unless, you could scout every day, but it's going to be, the more trades you put out, the harder it's going to be to be able to be successful. Less is better always. So sideways markets is ones I try to stay away from. I want to look at stocks that just look like this. This is daily. You see how it started down here and then it just climbed this way up. I want to look at stocks that's like that. All right. I lost the ticker. Oh no, wait, I could just do this. So this is sideways, but it's starting to break out, so it's okay. Um, so the first thing that I do is I'll look at the monthly, and I want to see overall what this is nasty. I want to see overall what the stock is doing. I really want a stock that's just gonna go up. Let's chart T. Damn, this is starting to go up too. Make a cup of handle. This isn't straight up. AVEX. Trying to find a ticker. I chart. I charted any ticker that we could just spit off our head. I charted. I don't think I charted TSM though. I don't really mess with the Taiwan Semiconductor. Watch me. All right. So now we're looking at the monthly. Every candle on this chart represents a month. This is telling you that the semiconductors are strong, is bullish. Buyers are in control of this stock overall. So that's what I want to see on the monthly. Then I'll come to the weekly, and you can see the stairs that I was telling you about. It doesn't just go straight up. There's stairs, and these stairs is so these candles, there's a thing that I say candles bounce off candles. You want to find multiple candles in one area like this. You see, I got all these candles right here, but I got the body of the candles, not the tail. This is the tail. This line right here is the tail. We call that the wick. The body is right here. The open and close, you gotta learn that. I place on the body of the candles, and you'll see candles bounce off candles. They act as, so this line is basically, all my candles is under this line holding up this structure. The line is the foundation. The candles underneath are the pillars holding up the foundation, right? And then we'll be able to see this stock respect these lines and just keep going up. You want to always see it come back down and retest these lines. Buyers is really strong on here, so it didn't come straight down and touch it, but you really want it to. So when you start consolidating, you build liquidity right here. That's all the money. Buyers come in, snatch it, and then you run up. Build liquidity. Buyers come in, snatch it, and you run up. This is structure that is building. Because again, candles bounce off candles. So when you come back down to these areas, there's a high chance that buyers will just be sitting there waiting for you to come down and then shoot it back up. Structure. It's simple. Yeah, it's tedious though. Like look at this right here. You got this to the left is where first, that's the past. You can even, when you hit the candles, you can see at the bottom it tells you the date. This the past down here, and then this the present as we go up. So the Discord won't be open until August, but we're active. We're very active. We always go live. Now you'll see us live on YouTube Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Just stick around. We got an X as well. At Snipers Command is our X account. I'm always posting on there. But I know it's more so to engage with others probably. The Discord won't be open till August. So if you look right here, this was the previous high. If I take this previous high right here, you got two candles, the body of the candles, and I drag this over, you can see what I mean by candles bounce off candles. Look at that green candle right here, bouncing off of this line. Now, if I drag this all the way over, look at this. Look how buyers stepped in at that line, and we haven't seen this line again. The last time was April 7th, 2025, and it took off. Structure. And I'm not going to go too much more now. I just wanted you to just get a little basic understanding of it. But the more you join the lives, the more you learn, and then you do your own due diligence and stuff. So now we're going to look overall to see what's going on in the market. Let's look at Bitcoin. I had said Bitcoin was going. Let me pull up the Discord. Don't mind them in there. Always joking around. All right. Is this it? No. So 72K was the target for Bitcoin. I seen it May, I guess. It has to be May. I don't want to go too much up. Um, and mapped out 72K. We hit the 72K. Then the next level was 69,890. Bitcoin hit that level. And then the next level is 64K. Let's see if Bitcoin hit that level. This is the weekly. I mean, it did before, but currently, no, it hasn't. But we are approaching that. And you can see the market is starting to follow Bitcoin again. So we're almost at the next target of 64K. And Bitcoin looks bloody. It's going to get nasty. I remember telling people last year, literally about a year ago, that whoever's in Bitcoin are going to get liquidated. Um, Here we go. It's about to come, and people are feeling it now. You about to see 40K, and you didn't think you was going to see 40K. And we called this at 100K. Now we're at 65K. It's about to get nasty. Bitcoin normally their drawdowns are anywhere from 75% to 85%. That's a nasty drawdown, meaning they lose 75 to 85% of what they built, of what it built. So now we're spitting up, and we measured the pattern to 64K, and that's where I got the number 64K. This is a head and shoulders pattern playing out right here, and we're almost touching the target. All right, so Bitcoin is bearish. Um, let's look back at SPY again. SPY is in a range. It's not really bearish. Um, it's in a nasty range. But SPY, again, the market trades sideways 70% of the time. So it's good when it consolidates. That means it's building something. Something is coming. Um, that's a nasty drop though we're getting here. We're engulfing 1, 2, 3 days. We're filling this gap, but we have to be careful here. My AV watts we could bounce. Closed candles only. If SPY closes under $753.40, then we're more than likely coming down to 750, really $748.65 on that area. So let's see what happens. Let's look at Microsoft. We're gonna look at the Mag Sevens, the Magnificent Seven. That's like that makes up. That's one of the. They got like 7 of the best companies together. It's called the Mag 7. Microsoft, if you're trying to short it, be very careful. It's it's inside structure now. All these candles bounce off candles. Now you're inside the structure. I could see Microsoft bouncing here at $415.50. Let's see if it don't $404. It's definitely not bullish. Buyers, I mean,
you're not bearish yet. You're not bearish yet overall until you snap that 404 level. So we're not using moving averages, but I'm gonna show you why you don't need them. Just by the eye, you could tell where it would be. So it's more than likely a moving average at our 404 area and our 420 area. So we'll turn these on, and you'll see you got the moving averages around that them areas. You got one at $413.65, another one at $408. But on the daily, you got one right at the 420 area that I was talking about, but at 422. And then the other one's at 412, closer to the 404 area. But you really don't need them, but they help. I mean, they just help. They're a tool. They're useful. It'll help you really lock in onto the level. Um, so Microsoft 404 is an area to 415 where buyers could step in. Um, Overall, if because we came up here, what I could see is we just start chopping between 467 down to 395, and then once it drops, because I think the market gets nasty in July, August. Once it dropped, you have a huge head and shoulders pattern. This is the left shoulder right here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder potentially. This is the neckline down here at $358.82. If you break that, Microsoft is going to flush down. If I was to measure here to here, Microsoft more than likely will come down to this 220 area. Um, that'd be lovely. So now Apple, where you get your iPhones, your AirPods, and stuff like that. If you're just trying to get your foot in the game and you own an iPhone, Apple Watch, AirPod, to make you like to really love this game, you buy yourself a few shares of Apple, even if it's one share of Apple. Oh, that's not it. Even if it's one share, meaning so there's shares that make you a owner to the like. I don't think people notice like you are part owner of a company when you invest and buy a share. They'll even allow you to vote on their when they have their meetings, their calls and stuff like that. You'll even be able to vote on certain things as well. You are a part owner when you invest in the company. So what you do is you invest in that Apple and you just hold it. The name of the game is to buy low, sell high. So you want to buy really low, and a lot of people, there's some people that got Apple when it was down. There's people that I know that got Apple under $100, but a lot of people got Apple around 150, 170. If you got it Apple at that area, imagine how many shares you got now. It's at $309. So that 150 is worth $309 each share that you have brought. So now your Apple stock is paying your Apple bills. It could pay for another new pair of AirPods and all that stuff. So it's good to invest in the things that you always use as long as the company is solid. Apple is solid. This is one of the top ones. Um, so this right here, it didn't close yet, but it's the weekly. We got to be careful. That looks like something. So Apple lost that. I said in my video where I think I said 305 Apple was coming down to, and look at that. Rejected. Here we come. Um, Apple's coming down to 303. 303, but it could keep ranging though.
So trying to see what's going to happen first. Overall, 300 is a good area for Apple. To the upside, I'm not interested in it. Google, you're on YouTube right now. If you use YouTube a lot, invest in Google. Google is amazing. So if you didn't watch the last video, go watch the last video. A lot of the calls is playing out. $347 to target on Google. To the upside, $437. I could see Google coming down to 336 before buyers potentially come in. Um, so yeah, I got $347 on Google for now. To the upside, you got a little room. If you could find buyers, this right here is going to fail. I wouldn't buy it. You never want to trade in the middle. So you have your support. Support is your floor. And then you have your resistance. Resistance is your ceiling. So if we look at my blue line and this line right here, we're trading in the middle. A lot of traders don't even know what they're doing and they trade in the middle. And that's like basically getting dropped off in the middle of the ocean and trying to find land. That's basically what it is. So you want to wait till you come down to your support area, your floor, to see if you could buy low and then come when it gets back up here, sell high. So if it could come down to that 347, you wait for buyers to step in. You don't just try to catch the falling knife. You wait for buyers to step in, and then you target 381. If it decides to come to 381, $381.75, you want to look for a rejection, and then you want to target these lows again. I'm not looking at the wicks. I'm looking at the body. You want to target that because if I look at the wick and I have my target at $358.60, it could come tap this real quick and in seconds rip back up. But if I come to the body, it'll start hesitating. It'll hesitate. All you need is it to hesitate for a little bit, like everything else. As soon as you hesitate, you got them. So $361.67 is where I would target if Apple decides to come up to $381.75. I mean Google and reject, meaning get smacked down. So then we did Apple, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia. If you play video games, you own your computers and stuff, Nvidia plays a huge role in why you're able to do that. They make the chips. So Nvidia doesn't look good. Nvidia is coming down. I have 200. If you looked at the article on X for the earnings, we already checked off levels. We dropped this before earnings, and I said if it lose 200 and about $21 some change, this is it right here. Let me click on it real quick. I gave targets all the way at the bottom, but read up top. So if it lose $220.50, I'm looking for $213.50, followed by 198. So we already hit the $213.50. Then we're getting a retest. Nothing goes straight down. You created a lower high, so it's structured. This right here was the high, the all-time high. When you come down, just always remember nothing goes straight down, nothing goes straight up. You come back up, but you don't come fully all the way up because buyers move down and not allowing you to. So now you're creating a lower high because this high is lower than this high. So this is a lower high, and that helps you understand who's in control. So now this is starting to tell me overall buyers are in control, but now sellers are stepping in because we couldn't reach up here. So you can see the tail of your candle, which is your wick, and then you fall down. And then you engulf the candle, meaning these two red candles swallowed this green one. If this red candle closes below this green one, we know sellers are starting to step in more, and now we can see that $208.20 level. And then we lose that. We look for that 198 level that I got, and then if you want,
$190. But $193 to $190 is where I see NVIDIA going for now. And again, that's this previous high right here. We anchored the AVWAP, the anchored volume weighted average price. That tells me who's in control, buyers and sellers. You're going to come back down. Price can always deviate from your AVWAP or your moving averages, but eventually it has to come back down to reality. So it could come back down here and retest this area right here. For NVIDIA, that's the target to the upside. I don't have no upside for it because I don't think NVIDIA is going anywhere up. 236. But I wouldn't play NVIDIA to the upside. If you're day trading, I still wouldn't. You got that 220 area you got to watch out for. And then let's check Meta. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, stuff, this is a good company to invest in. And you could also watch the movie Facebook. It'll give you a little, or it's called Social, I think. Yeah, I got you. Forever After Money. Peace King. It'll give you a little insight into it. I love movies like that. Like the McDonald movie, super fire. If nobody ever watched the McDonald movie, watch the McDonald movie. It is fire. I love movies about companies. Super fire. Meta looks disgusting. Like I said, the last video, not in love with it. It has to get back above $682. Any move to the upside is just trying to lure you in and snatch your liquidity so it can have more money to drop. Because there's big money that moves the market, not us with this small amounts of money. Even if we got $1 million, we're not going to move the market. These people have billions of dollars. They're called hedge funds, wells, institutions, and then you have the market maker. So Meta's still in this funky range. Not in love with it. So we're not going to touch up too much on it. Let's go to Amazon. I was looking for Amazon to drop. I'm not sure if it has yet. Haven't looked at it in a few days. Amazon hit our target. I've been calling this out for weeks. This is the area. Watch every single video that I did on Sunday. I always talk about the Mag 7 and their levels. Amazon hit all levels, I believe, every single level. So the next level that I have for Amazon right now, you want to see if it closes below $248.38. Ooh, not looking good. And this is why you gotta be careful with patterns right here. This was a potential cup and handle, right? And it was a fake out. So now it's coming back down here into the range. This white line is a important area. This is a key level in Amazon. $242.45. That's where Amazon is headed to right now. So you want to see how it reacts there. If you lose that area, you will be trapped from $248.40 down to $237.80. So about $10 range. You'll be trapped there for about 2 weeks. And if you lose $237.80, it's not looking good. Amazon's coming back down towards $213.50. Yes, you heard it right. If it loses $237.80 and can't get back above that area in about a week or two, it's coming back down to $213.50. For right now, on Amazon, you want to watch $242.45. That is the key level on Amazon. I'm not the most bearish company that I'm super bearish on NVIDIA. So that's indicator. Yes, that's me. Indicator. Yeah, that's me. Who else we got in the Mag 7? I always forget them when I'm just on here all the time. Did I do? Let me see how many I did so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing 2. Oh no, we did Microsoft 6. Missing one more. Damn, who is it? Somebody help me out here. Who am I missing? Wish I could hear y'all. Who am I missing? Rams, who am I missing? Because I could hear you. You could just tell me real quick if you're able to. Or I'm looking at the screen too. If you don't want to talk to me, it's okay.
It's Tesla. T just called it out. I said Netflix, but I was wrong. It's Tesla.
All right, boom. And I feel like I don't never miss Tesla. I don't know if I miss that. Thank you. Thank you, Talisha. Tesla was supposed to hold $425.35. Man, if you watch my videos and you followed the levels, you would have made so much money on Tesla. I feel like Tesla, it's just one of those. Like there's stocks that you'll see that you're real good at. Tesla, I don't think I could miss on Tesla. Anytime I call out a level on Tesla, it's gonna hit more than likely. Now on Tesla, I have $411.35 that I need to see what happens there. And you always want to look. History doesn't often repeat itself, but it always rhymes. So I always look in the past to see what happened. So I'll look to see, all right, $411.35. Let's see how the candles react. Like, all right, we get a little bounce, boom, then you consolidate in this level. Get a little bounce, boom, you consolidate in this level. And then I know this area right here, that 382 area, is where buyers often show up. But I know if you fall down to 382 and you come up and hit that white line and reject, you fall down. Come up to that 382 level, you fall down. Now we broke back above it. We're under the white line, $382. It's a big chance that Tesla comes down to $382.27. And if it loses that level, I got $365 and then $345.65. I see Tesla coming overall. I see Tesla coming down to $345.65. That's what I got for Tesla. To the upside, this thing is a beast. If it get back above $425.35, look for $450. But be very careful with Tesla. SpaceX IPO is launching next week. I wouldn't touch nothing that got Elon name on it. They're gonna get smoked. Okay, so that is Mag 7. We did spy QQQ. Is there any names that y'all wanted me to look at before I had? We could look at Clove. I have one stock that. All right, who wants to play? Who's interested in the SpaceX IPO? Like looking for a trade? Because I feel like the whole world is, right? So this is QQQ. This is the tech ETF. An ETF, if you're someone that works a lot, I'm not really a fan of it. But if you're someone that works a lot and don't really have time, I still feel like you should find an individual, solid, strong company. But most people will go into ETFs because ETF, they already do that hard work for you. So when you do like the 401ks, basically, they're looking at ETFs. So like if I come in QQQ, the name is QQQ, but if I open QQQ up, it has a whole bunch of individual companies inside of it. But these ETFs always going to have some of the Mag 7s in it, and these Mag 7s they're always dealing with AI and stuff. So you can get hit really hard. You don't diversify your portfolio by just getting ETFs because they're not all the same, but they're weighted close though, I should say. So I don't really play. And that, listen, it ain't 1980s. You heard all you old traders like that, just throwing money in VOO shit and then forgetting about it. You're not gonna beat somebody that's looking for an individual company and actually charting. That throwing money in a VOO, forget about it stuff shit, that shit is dead. You gotta find a solid company. And it's very easy to chart. Just most people don't want to do it, they're just lazy. But it's like, if you want money, how could you be lazy? But we see it all the time, so I don't question it no more. So QQQ is really overextended. I'm looking for QQQ to come down to $715. For now though, QQQ is coming down to $735. Let's see how it does. And be careful who you take advice from. On YouTube, you got to be so careful. I know you're on YouTube now. What about you, Ab? Well, you do got a point there. So I guess be careful. But yeah, don't just buy VOO and stuff like, it's not 1980s no more. It's not 1980s no more. You want to find, you got some strong companies nowadays. You could find something solid and make a killing. And I want to show y'all something. You do not have to just trade options. Whoever told you that, if you want to make quick money, you can't just get shares and stuff like that. Slow money. They're lying to you. I did it a whole bunch of times, but I just recently did it, and our family, they got to witness it, and some of them even got to even hit on this. I didn't hit 30% in a trade with shares. We got into TE, ticker TE. Let me see how much is up now. We got into that probably like about a week ago. So Bobby Schmurder was in my head just now. When did we get in TE? The first day we got into TE, I kid you not, 7% within like hours. TE up 15% there. So if you're nervous, like if you're a nervous person, you're just getting into the market, but you do want to eventually, like, you think like investing, like you always want to invest, don't get me wrong, but who want to wait 5-10 years to see their money? Not I. I want it to keep growing and stuff, but yeah, while you go do that and work for Big Dog, I'm gonna go ahead and get some options or trade some shares. So I want to see some money now. So we got into TE May 27th. Don't want to. No, that's a lie. Sorry. It's what the game's been missing. So May 26th, we got into TE. It's June 3rd, and we was up 30%. Yesterday, right? Or was that today? Yesterday. Yep, yesterday. Oh, you almost seen the play. But no, I'm about to show y'all it anyway. Let me see. And I hope y'all I already know Talisha did, but I hope y'all set y'all stop losses if y'all followed her on that play and kept moving your stop losses down. That thing bounced viciously. Ooh, that boy account talking dirty. Talk to me. I'll talk back. So we're up 25.40% on TE. I am. So there's some people that, of course, I can't, like, as soon as I drop the play, I'm not gonna be able to get in right away a lot of the times. But there's people that's up more than 15% on TE. So that was beautiful. So if you're looking for something else, I have one that we didn't get in yet called Clove. And if you don't know nothing about it, you'll follow us on X and then scroll up. Oh, and this thing right here, if you're someone serious about managing your risk, you're tired of blowing your accounts, check the Sniper console. I have a video on it that I dropped May 11th. You go to the videos and they'll tell you what that's about. That's just protecting your account. So if you're someone that wants to, that's just tired of blowing your account or don't know like how to manage your account, if you want to be, because a lot of people just do that 401k and all that shit. You could do that shit yourself. They just throw anything in there. But this is Clove. It'll give you the full breakdown on why I'm looking at it and what's the levels. So let's see where Clove is at. I wanted to enter around $3.50. It's super dirt cheap. It was about $20. And this is why I wanted to enter in that area. Inside the structure, I was waiting for buyers to come in, step in. And if they step in, boom, 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 boom. So now I'm going to be watching Clove like a hawk. So please, whoever's trying to get in this with me, could y'all just keep an eye on it when I stop talking about the market? You know we're gonna be on here for another 2 hours, hour and a half. I don't want to miss it. But what I'm looking for is strength. This isn't strength. We got a moving average over here in this area. Let's see. Yes, sir. You see, once you really start charting, I'm telling you, chart before you get the indicator. It'll help. Once you put that indicator on, you're in control of that indicator because you are the big dog. You're the master indicator, and it's going to really, really help you. So we're not interested in it right now. It's under the 100-day on the hourly. The 10 is coming down. So we'll get this at an even better price. But I want it at $3.50. But if I can get it lower, shit, I'll take it. If I can get a contract for $10, because I don't know what it is. I just was doing something and randomly $16 like popped in my head. $16 for a contract popped up in my head for TE. So I guess I'm gonna get it at $16. Let's see. So Clove is one of them. This is what I'm looking at. My next one. Oh, I actually about the SpaceX thing, and I did not even. Yup. Take your time to record.
Real quick, I want to emphasize on what you said.
Okay.
Chart before the indicator, and you'll be control of that indicator. Bro, that went over everybody's head. Everybody write that down and study that line. That was so hard, bro. Wow.
Appreciate that.
That's all I wanted to say.
That's good that you double back on that, because that when I first started trading, I seen that was one of the big things I seen. Everybody knows what a RSI is and a MACD and moving average, but if you ask them where's the swing low, they can't even tell you.
And they following the indicator instead of the chart. That was a big gem what you said right there. That's why I had to double back before you went too far from it.
That was good.
Word. Keep cooking, my brother.
Got you. Pat up 18% on it, so that's fire. Cypher, yeah. So just because I don't get in it, so I'm telling y'all right now, the plays that I don't get in are the ones that
Like my plays already could hit easily 100%, and that's extremely hard. But don't look for it though, because my plays could end up negative 100%. Feel me? But it's all about how much we manage in the risk. But the plays that I call out that I don't get in are them 300% baggers. Like them things be going crazy, and I'd be like, I don't look at them though, because if I don't, why do that to myself if I didn't get in? Look at this. It hit $28 some change when we seen it. Damn, when did we see it? I think we seen it under 20, right? When I talked about it, where was that thing? It was down here at, I think it was down here, sub 15 area, sub 16 area. And then I know I was really hunting it around $19 and some change. And then the target was the $23. That smoke that, and it was a couple months out. We did that in days. We did that in like 2 weeks. You know, that contract would have been a banger because that thing touched almost $29. That was the next one. But the $23 was a strike though, I think, or something around that area. That would have been crazy. See, Oracle felt bad for me because Oracle was one that I wanted to give y'all, but I didn't give it out. And I hesitated. And the next day it went crazy. It popped off. And when I was looking at Oracle, it was this candle right here. It was after close. It was at like 190. So yeah, it was at like 190. And then the next day it went crazy. And I don't chase. So I tracked. So then it went crazy and then it hit 250. But it's coming back down for me. Talk to me. 215. I'm looking for it. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna hit y'all with a play. I don't trade earnings, right? So what we're gonna do on this play is I have put down like the estimated revenue and the whole spiel. I did the whole breakdown of it, and hold on, I gotta let my dog out. I did the whole breakdown of it, and long story short, we're gonna swing out further. I'm capitalizing on earnings, right? And if it do what I do, man, if it do what I think it's gonna do, it'll gap up plus $30 or more and go crazy. And if it don't, we still have time because of where it'll be at. But the contract will be dirt cheap, like $35. Son, I'm willing to lose that. But I'm waiting for the IV to come down. I don't want to get crushed. And then we're gonna hit August date. Earnings is June 10th on this Oracle. I've been waiting for Oracle. I feel like this could be potentially my best trade ever. Not too sure. I hit over 1,000% only 2 times. Over 1,000% I hit twice. Once when it was beginner luck. The first thing that I ever shorted that I did puts in was Beyond. I said Beyond was gonna go bankrupt and stuff like that. But I was just going by like me in the stores. Like Peter Lynch is a big investor that I like to listen to. I would go in the stores and just get a feel. I start seeing the racks get empty and all that stuff. Stores start closing down where I was at. So I shorted them, and indeed they got delisted and they filed their Chapter 11. And I hit like 1,300% on that. And then more recently, I know I was at Planet Fitness. I was in the Patreon, so this had to been like probably. It was last summer. It was last summer. I hit huge, 700 something percent. I hit 300 something percent, and there was another time I hit 1,000. I got to go through my screenshots. I screenshot everything. Oracle is 101. All right. Rance, can you step in for me real quick if you're able to? Like just 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or you could bring Talisha up if you're not able to. If she's able to, I just 2-3 minutes. I just gotta take my dog out real quick. If you're able to. Yeah, don't chase iTrack. What numbers do you recommend for IV? Every stock is different. For SPY, I look for 14 to 16%.
Yeah, go ahead, Ab. All right, guys. We'll be in a brief intermission. Doop, 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 doop. Nah, I'm just kidding. How's everybody's day? How we feeling? Oh, matter of fact, now that I got you guys, please, please, guys, everybody, whoever jumped in with me on now, I hope everybody got the message that I got stopped yesterday, and I hope everybody took a safe exit because that thing dumped nasty, and there was no reason to take that extra drawdown. So I hope everybody that was in there with me, we all got out nice and safe with all that profit. I'm chilling forever after. Everything good. Just getting home right now from work. I'm about to get inside the charge of my computer in the lab and get back to work. So and then check my the Ram snipes. I touched on something today and I'm waiting on a nice little play there, but I want to be real nice and patient with that specific ticker, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah.
With that now, I heard you talking about now. You went crazy on that, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah, and not for nothing. That was a beautiful stop out right there. That chart stopped me by itself because I had the stop loss already. Remember, I said it the day before, and I placed the stop, and the very next morning, that thing just it tanked. It tanked.
It was amazing trade. This is what I wanted to talk about. The radar. I don't know if y'all use this on ramsoffthecharts.com. Man, this is super dope. What he added here, like you could see if you like using the 9, you could literally see the moving average change, and then it tells you what it's for, what it's used for. The 21, the 20. This is a game changer. It's going to tell you the ones that's around that area, and this website is a straight cheat code. And Rams is the one that was just speaking. He made this website himself, and this a straight cheat code. So if you're not too good with the moving averages, you could come on here and learn what the moving average does, and then get to see on your mini chart how the candles are looking, and it'll tell you if it's under the structure, above the structure, and then you could also pair that with the home page hub. And if you don't know how to trade, again, you come to this chart right here, and they'll give you the resistance levels and your support levels. But you still want to make sure you come to our live so you can learn how to trade. You don't want to depend on no website or no indicator. You want to just use them to help you, to give you a better advantage against the market. So this is ramsoffthecharts.com. Super dope. It has everything on here. Good boy. It has the flow, brief screeners. And then if you want to know like our watch list, this is for the AI build out. This is the phase 1 watch list. See, maybe if he could put like phase 1, it's the sniper list. Put phase 1 maybe, because phase 2 is coming soon. Just waiting for the market not to react to the war as much. And did anybody? I gave out NEE on my last video, so this is the last thing I'm charting, and I'm gonna go and get into what we was talking about. Okay. All right. So NEE is actually giving the better. So it's under the 200 day now. It might close under the 200 day.
it's still in this golden zone, so it's just straight watch list right now. Yeah, it's in the golden zone, but the 200s right here is getting weak. Around the 200 day, you could consolidate for days, even weeks. So you got to be careful here. You got to be patient and just let it play out. You're inside structure now. So this is a beautiful area to watch to see what I keep telling you about being inside structure. I'll look for plays like this to get in. Once you come in here, I just wait for strength now. I want to see the buyers defend this area. You know, and it is perfect because it's the golden zone on top of being inside the structure, on top of the 200. It's a beautiful setup. It's just you just got to be patient and not jump the gun too fast, or you going to get smoked. That's NEE. You gotta look at the last video. I'm sorry, it's about 42 minutes long. The last video to find a good play on that. Um. So yeah, so that's what I have. So IV is implied volatility. So that's basically you. So we know the market is forward looking. So with the stocks, if, for example, like with SPY, if there's going to be so with the war, now we know there's a war. When there first was a war, SPY's IV was extremely high because they were pricing in the war. When you say if they would have been like the next week, so say we went to 150% on the IV, SPY's normally is around 14 to 60% IV is good because IV is going to tell you how much you're paying for the contract. If you're overpaying or if you're getting this for a discounted price. So you got to know what the IV should be like on that with that stock. So let's say when the war started, SPY went to 100%, right? That IV, if you talking about IV, if it would have went to 100%, you would have been overpaying by a ton. So what happens is if they the next week they'd be like, oh, the war is done, even if the stock doesn't move a cent, just because it priced in the fear, once that fear is over and your IV shoots back down to 15%, IV crush premium, it crushes your premium, and you're like, well, damn, the stock didn't even move. Why is my contract? Your contract will flatten. It'll flatline. You'll lose a lot of the value, and it doesn't have to move an inch. It's because the IV dropped because they was pricing it in for something. So like your SpaceX stocks, you'll see the IV is extremely high. The Donald Trump list, if you want to know the stocks that Trump is looking at, go down to our X right here, the sniper list. We charted what over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We charted over 28 stocks the other day on live, and nearly every single stock IV was at 100% or more. Why? Because Trump is looking at it. So they're pricing in this because these could potential companies that he could call out. Now, so that if something was to happen though, you got in the contract, even if it was cheap to you, if you would have got into a contract at an IV at 100%, if something happened regarding that stock and that IV dropped super low, you just got smoked. And now you're gonna have to wait for another catalyst to spike your IV up before you make profit, even if it goes up. So IV is basically pricing in the fear, or or it could be something good that could also make the IV shoot up high. Um, IV and Vega, they're your bonus money. So you don't just make money off the price moving, you make money off your Greeks too. Your IV and your Vega works together. That's your bonus money. That's like you got your check, which is the stock, and then you get your bonus check, which is your IV and Vega. So there's a queen on YouTube. I think Gina dropped it in here too. This is how I learned Greeks. Where is it? Education. Oh, look at this. So if you are new, look what the queen did. You know a woman did this shit. Definitely wasn't me. Just look how Talisha organized this. It's clean now. You could get a good look at our Discord and see the things that we have. The trading zone, we got the community, trader development, sniper execution, mind plus body plus spirit. And I'm already falling in love with it. And I love how active everybody is in here. This gotta be Levine. That's super dope. The ceiling trade. I'm really into gardening now and stuff. And what's good is you don't want to be the smartest in your room. With gardening, I'm not the smartest in the room. It's I don't know who else is, but from what I'm seeing, it's gonna be Levine. So this is super dope because I'm about to learn a lot from her, and it's fire. I got this lemon balm thing, and I like sucking on them. It gets stronger and stronger the more you chew on it. The taste gets stronger and stronger. I got some German peppermint. She got spearmint right there. This our gardening section. Is okay. Forever after money. I see you. I'm sorry I wasn't familiar with your game. I love seeing dudes getting into the garden, and it's not just a woman thing. Like we're we're spiritual beings. We connected with the universe. Like when you get it in there, like if most people are suffering from nature deficiency, that's why they got us in the hood. And like one of the worst places to live is New York. You got all the buildings. You don't got no green tree. All you gotta do is you don't even gotta hug a tree. You could just sit under a tree, or just do a bike ride with a whole bunch of green bushes and flowers and stuff around. Watch how good you feel. You're suffering from nature deficiency a lot of times if you're depressed. Just go into nature and watch how beautiful you feel after that. And trees talk to you like they wave. They're the only thing that sees everything you do. They literally talk to you. You can see the head, you can see the arms, and you can see the legs on them. It's a real human, really. This is dope though. This is dope. I love seeing men step into that garden and get out their comfort zone, get away from that ego shit because this is food that you're trying to grow for yourself, your family, or yeah, because herbs is food too. It's like you could make a living off of this, and you could just also better your health because they're poisoning our food. Even if you're into meats like chicken and stuff, like I don't believe in we supposed to eat it, but if you do eat it, grow your how about you go get some farmland, throw a chicken on there, and then eventually when you start getting advanced, because don't do goats off the rip. My grandpa got me something in Africa. He got me like cattle. He had all like the calves, bulls, and stuff. But goats the last thing. But you get you some chickens now. You don't gotta go get you no expense. Remember when eggs was man high? You could have grow your own eggs. Now get out there. The supermarket want to sell $6 for a dozen of eggs. All right, now I'm about to sell this for $3, $4. You crack them in the head, then your family eating all that stuff. You want to messing with that steroid chicken or steroid cow. That ground beef don't even look good no more. Get your own. Get you your own cow. Now, boom. Now you could that one cow could feed you for like a whole month or two, and you didn't even spend. You spend less on that cow versus going to the damn grocery store getting these small ass things that's going to add up to just so much. So this is just super dope and it's needed. Like we have an ecosystem, got our prayer wall, faith and purpose. But this is just super dope though. And then I'm waiting. I'll be in the kitchen, but I don't eat meat, so I'll be posting like my vegans. But whatever y'all make, my sister know. Whatever y'all make, I could make in a vegan form though. Whatever you make, baked mac, chicken, steak, whatever you make, I promise you, I could make in a vegan form. Um, so yeah, we could get in here, cook up. Y'all cook up throwing y'all food. We got different cultures in there, some Spanish food, um, black food, Caucasian, whatever. Just throw that food in there. And it's good, it's good. But yeah, we're gonna throw our workouts in there and stuff. And super dope. We got the Queen's Corner, we got the King's Corner and stuff.
All we ask is just everybody be respectful. I don't even check the Queen's Corner. You'll always see it white like this. I try to be respectful of their space, their privacy. I mean, they unless they add us men to come in, like because I'm in the King's Corner, somebody had a question. I'm not gonna pull it up because I want their name to be shown, but it was a deep thing, and I was telling, but I don't think he did though. But I was telling him to ask one of the queens. It was a good question for one of them to answer, but I try to give them their own privacy. That's why we made it so the women can get together and talk, and then us men can get together and talk. We have our den in here, like when you just don't want to talk about charting at all, just want to talk about other things. Then we got our merch and stuff in there. But Levine, I'm just so proud of myself because I made compost with fruits, vegetables, and cardboard, and it took about 2 months. But me and the kids did it, and it was just super dope seeing us create art. They didn't know what I was doing, but now they see like, oh shit, Daddy was making soil. Like it's just super dope, super dope. Like we could really do our own thing and don't have to go to these stores, and we can do exactly what they do and drop our price because they be busting us in the head for like my stuff don't not gonna have all that poison to the plants and stuff because they put in pesticide and stuff like that. Like there's so many other things you could do to keep away um rodents and stuff like that. You don't gotta, but yeah, we could do this on our own. We really don't need them. The thing is we're just lazy. um but this is about to be amazing what we're about to do though. And I feel like a lot of people is about to step into these channels and just become more comfortable. I'm gonna be all in here sharing all my herbs and stuff like that. I'm really big on that. Um the gardening discipline, all that. But yeah, this is the Discord, man. You won't find one like it. So again, August we're opening. This website is about to go premium. We've been saying it for months now, so don't be surprised if it's in a week or two, because we've been saying it. But hopefully, you guys still show some love because you'll be supporting us and you'll also be investing in just overall us as a community, a family. Um, and we're very reasonable. We ain't gonna bust you in the head at all. The Discord gonna just be $35 a month. It's gonna be like that for a very long time, possibly forever, and we'll have another tier. Um, and the website, I'm not sure Ram's doing with the price, but he's not gonna bust you out in the head neither. And this website right here. If you was to take the link and go throw the link and take this link and go throw the link in Gemini, the AI thing, and be like, how much do you think this website should be priced at? I promise you, this website is way over $100, and he's not going to bust you on the head. Still, like, so there's going to be different tiers though for like depending on what you want, because we will have some stuff on here where the price has to be like a little higher, like 70 or whatever. Just stating, just throwing a number out there, like our GX terminal. Do you know most websites with this terminal, you're gonna be paying about 300 and stuff like so. But we will never even touch no. It depends on what else he brings on, but for now we won't touch no 3-digit number though. Depending on what he adds on though, but there will always be a tier for that's very reasonable. So because we think about y'all when we're not in this for money at all. We're in there to serve. But why? What better way is there to serve your people and also benefit to help your family? Because often we put out so much value and stuff like that, and just be struggling and just quiet about it, suck it up when we're really hurting. But we just love helping people so much that we just say whatever. Like it is what it is. But God always got me though, so I don't stress about money at all. It's just I think that's why I attract it so well. I don't really stress about it. Even if I need it and something like that, I tell myself something healthy. And then what I started doing when I would get like bills and stuff like that, with my I got it from these Lisa Nicole's. With my bills, I would write on them and I would act as if the bill was a check. This company is paying me a check. So every time I see a bill, I would turn it into a check. So fool my mind, because your mind doesn't know. Not your mind, you could lie to your mind. Your mind doesn't know what really reality is. Your subconscious mind, it if I tell my mind that I'm a Power Ranger, I could really become a Power Ranger. Your mind is the most powerful thing in the world. So with the bills, I would make them into checks. And then every time I got one, I'd be like so happy I got a bill. Like, oh my, how much I got? Oh shit, $300 check. Like, start doing that stuff. I promise you. Just do it. And then report back to me in 3 months. You're gonna be like, yo, Ab, this is crazy. And stop putting all your notes and stuff in this thing. Go old professional. Where my sniper's pin at? It's over there. I ain't even gonna go get it on y'all. But my kids be drawing for me and stuff. But just write on your paper, jot everything down and stuff like that. Like, I know it's a lot, but trust me, when you're trying to manifest, grab a pen and a paper. Don't put it in this electronic device. It's gonna block the frequency. Don't put it on that paper and write. I promise you. Like, write everything down. Speak as if you already acquired it. So it's called the law of assumption, not the law of attraction. But because the law of attraction is, you giving it to God. That's really strong because it's faith. But when you don't know what God has for you, so the law of assumption is you telling you it's basically you like, I know God got this for me, so I have it already. If I want $1 million, I'll write, thank you, I'm so happy and grateful now that I've made $1 million. Today's date is this and that, and then put your signature on it. And then every time you get up, the first thing you do is pray to the Most High. Then you want to meditate because you want to be in a you want to do breathing exercises because that slows down time and puts you in alignment with everything. Then you want to meditate so your head's clear. Then you read it. And every time before you go to bed, you read it. That's very important because when you go to bed, your mind still goes. If this is the last thing, you know what that do. And then when you get up, the first thing you read is that. Now you're gonna be thinking about it all day. This is how you manifest, right? Very powerful stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. I went on a long rant on this one right here, but it's cool because now I feel really good. That was powerful right there. And I have something even more powerful. How we feeling now? How we feeling? Yeah, and make your vision board. That's a fact. That is a fact. Like, get you a picture of whatever. That's how I got my motorcycle. That's how I got my house with a huge yard when I got it. That's how I got my cars and stuff. I wrote everything down I wanted, and then I actually went and put a picture of what I wanted. Like, be clear and exact. Like, be really clear and detailed of what it is that you want. Write it as detailed as possible, and then find it. That because we're visual, we're very visual. So if you can see it and you can believe it, you can achieve it, right? So yeah, it's amazing once you just start to understand this stuff. Replacing negative thoughts with positive thoughts immediately is very hard, but it's just like temptation. The more you resist temptation, the more you start to do something, the easier it becomes. So you just gotta be uncomfortable being comfortable. That's it. And we're grateful for you too, Casey. But my whole thing is just to be able to show y'all how to use your minds. We don't understand how powerful we are. We have God in us. So why can't we do certain things? Like, one thing with me is see, I don't want to offend nobody, but from based off my religion and based off of a lot of people religions in here, even if you're Christian, in the Bible, there's a lot of stuff that said basically Jesus was the son of God, right? So if he's the son and we're all the children of God, that means he's basically, I don't want to say it, but I have to say it, our bigger brother, right? But he's perfect though. We want to be what he is. He's the perfect example of a human being. So if he was able to make the blind see again, not literally, or not literally make the dead live again, It's just this mind is what he was doing. If he was able to do that, why can't I do that? I'm not going to be as superior as him on that level because that's right there like under God. There's nothing next to God ever. You never say that ever. So I'm sorry if I offend you, but just really dig deep into your Bible. You'll see his yourself that Jesus, the way he words certain things, you could tell that there was a higher source above him. So this not just go read your book. But if he's able to do this, then you're able to do this. So we just have to stop belittling ourselves, stop telling ourselves we're dumb and stuff like that. But yeah, he's perfect. We won't be, but we can get close. We can get close. We could very well get close. Um, so yeah, powerful stuff. Yeah, Super Power Ranger. And I really hope I didn't offend nobody. Um, Again, let's stop letting religion break us up. Um, at the end of the day, we all pray to the Most High. We just have different ways we pray. Um, and I had talked about how I was Christian because to be Christian is to be crystallized and to move in the example of Jesus Christ. So why can I be Christian? Now I gave other reasons why I'm Buddhist and why I'm Muslim and all of this stuff, but yeah, we can't go too much into like just religion. At the end of the day, is man-made. We don't see these names, and nowhere it says Jesus was Christian or Jesus was Muslim. It doesn't say this stuff. So, um, yeah, and this is very sensitive conversations, but that's why we have these conversations because we were taught things and never went to go search for these answers and never read to see what it really and truly is. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we're missing that we need to learn in order to elevate and um be the greatest that we can be. So again, my intentions are pure. I hope I didn't offend nobody at all. And we're all entitled to our opinions, right? When you're reading the Bible and the Quran, you're supposed to. What people mess up is they don't take it from. They take it like literal. They don't take it from like they don't use their mind. And be like, oh, he mean this and stuff. They don't take it from their perspective and stuff. So the way you view it is going to be different from the way I view it sometimes. Um. So yeah. So the next segment that we headed on um religion is absolutely man-made. A genuine relationship with God and maturing spiritually is what is most important. I absolutely agree with you, Amanda. um if this is perfect, it like fell in line so perfect. uh if God is for you, who can be against you is the next segment. So if God is for you, who can be against you? So, family, I need you to slow down today. We're feeling good. Sometimes we move too fast. Your worst enemy is you. You gotta just be able to sit there in the dark and just have that war with your mind until the positive side of your mind and God enters you, come out and prevail. So we got to slow down. Distractions moving fast and never allow you to truly tap into your full potential, right? So if God is for you, then who could be against you? I want you to really think about that question. If God is with me, nobody could be against me. I have something so powerful. It could stop anything. It could stop a bullet. You can't kill me unless God says it's time for me to go. So we really don't understand what if God is for you, who can be against you means. See, people think when God is with you, life suddenly becomes smooth. No opposition, no attacks, no betrayal, no pressure, no pain. But that is not reality. When you are carrying a heavy load up the mountain, the steps do not get easier. The steps get steeper. When truth starts coming out of your mouth, resistance starts showing up around your life. Why? Because truth exposes, truth separates, and truth reveals. Some of the greatest men that ever walked this earth were hated. Some of the greatest minds were doubted. Some of the greatest leaders were attacked from every angle. Why? Because purpose attracts resistance. Light exposes darkness. Do you hear what I said? Purpose attracts resistance. Light exposes darkness. And elevation makes weak spirits uncomfortable. You have to understand the characteristics of opposition. Opposition does not always come loud. Sometimes it comes smooth. Sometimes it comes curious. Sometimes it comes with a question. Sometimes it comes with a whisper. And sometimes it comes trying to put brother against brother, man against man, and sister against sister. And people against the very thing that was helping them rise. That is the work of mischief. That is the work of confusion. That is the work of the whisper. And we call that shaitan. If you're Muslim, you know what I'm talking about. We call that Satan or the devil. We call that the enemy of truth. But listen, we are not here to chase shadows. We are not here to argue with whispers. We are not here to point fingers. We are here to stay focused. Because if God is for you, who can be against you? See, a lot of people love the idea of growth until growth starts requiring discipline. Everybody says they want greatness until greatness demands sacrifice. Everybody says they want freedom until freedom requires responsibility. Everybody says they want power until power requires isolation, consistency, and accountability. That is why most people stay average, because average is comfortable. Average lets you blame everybody else. Average lets you stay emotional. Average lets you complain all day while producing absolutely nothing. But elevation requires transformation, and transformation is painful. You have to kill old habits, old mindsets, old envy, old fear, old insecurity, old versions of yourself, because you cannot carry old poison into a new level. You cannot ask God for elevation while still protecting the same weakness that kept you low. Now look at our people. We say we want unity, ownership, freedom. We say we want an ecosystem. But the moment one of us start building, the moment one of us starts moving, the moment one of us starts climbing, envy creeps into the heart. Jealousy creeps into the mind. Whispers creeps into the circle. And instead of building with the builder, some people start studying the builder instead of contributing to the mission. Some people start questioning the mission. Some people start looking for cracks in the table. That is why wisdom matters. That is why discernment matters. That is why structure matters. Because there can be mischief in the mosque. There could be mischief in a church. There could be mischief in a community. There could be mischief in the Discord. There could be mischief anywhere people have not mastered themselves. But we are not moved by that. We are not paranoid. We are not distracted. We are disciplined. We are focused. And we are watching the fruit. because a tree is known by its fruit, not by the noise, not by the title, not by its performance. So if the fruit is confusion, if the fruit is division, if the fruit is envy, if the fruit is doubt, if the fruit is destruction, you already know what the spirit is operating. You do not have to argue with it. You do not have to expose it. You do not have to chase it. You just recognize it. Block the frequency and keep building. Because a person connected to God cannot be shaken by whispers. The whisperer operates through confusion, division, doubt, fear, envy, distraction. That is why this system constantly floods people with poison. Poison in the music, poison in the food, poison in the media, poison in the algorithms, poison in the culture. Everything designed to disconnect you from purpose. I see. Because a distracted people are easier to rule. A divided people are easier to conquer. And the people who do not know themselves will always be controlled by somebody else. But today, we reject the frequency completely. We are moving with faith, discipline, structure, and structure defeats chaos. That is why some people cannot understand your peace. They cannot understand why you are not reacting. They cannot understand why you're not clapping back. They cannot understand why you're not explaining yourself. Because when a person truly starts walking with God and they stop seeking validation from people, and once you stop needing validation, become dangerous. Because now your confidence does not come from applause. It comes from purpose. Your discipline does not come from emotion. It comes from vision. Your peace does not come from people treating you right. It comes from God keeping you grounded. That is power. So stop begging the world to see your value. Stop shrinking yourself to stop shrinking yourself to make people feel comfortable. Stop begging the world to see your value. Stop apologizing for becoming focused. Stop apologizing for becoming disciplined. Stop apologizing for becoming powerful. There is nothing wrong with building. There is nothing wrong with ownership. There is nothing wrong with wanting freedom. There is nothing wrong with wanting greatness for you and your family and for your people. 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 Wealth without righteousness creates stability. Discipline creates freedom. Ownership creates independence. And purpose creates legacy. So no, we are not folding under pressure. We are not panicking under resistance. We are not reacting to every whisper thrown into the atmosphere. We are staying locked in. We are protecting the mission, protecting the vision, protecting the people. And we are letting time reveal everything because everything comes to the light. All praise is due to Allah. Because if God truly placed purpose on your life, then no lie, no whisper, no distraction, no jealousy, and no opposition could permanently stop what was divinely written for you and I. People may delay you. People may misunderstand you. People may speak against you. People may even turn against you. But they cannot destroy what God already ordained. So walk boldly. Speak boldly. Build boldly. Protect your mind. There's a war out there. Protect your spirit. Protect your vision and understand this clearly tonight or today. If God is for you, then who can be against you? And that is the segment. If God is for you, who could be against you? Talk to me and I'll talk back. I'm high. I'm high off of life. I'm high as hell now. I'm well, I can't be high as hell. I'm high though. I'm really high right now. Yeah, I needed it too, Amanda. I love doing these things because when I talk, I'm sitting across from myself because I'm not perfect, and everything that I say doesn't mean that I complete it, but it means that I'm doing it though, for sure. If I'm telling y'all I'm doing it, it doesn't mean that I mastered it though. So I feel just like you feel. I sit across from myself, like, and I could hear myself talk, and I could comprehend it as I'm talking to y'all. So I smile and stuff when I'm talking. If God is for you, who could be against you? That's my one of my favorite scriptures out the. I'm Muslim, and I love the Bible. It was the first book written. I love the Bible. My favorite scripture: "If God is with me, who could be against me?" I have that on my hoodie too. Like, so fire. Again, how are you Muslim and you love the Bible? Jesus is the most talked about prophet in the Quran. Wouldn't you think it'd be Prophet Muhammad? That should tell you something. Go grab you a Quran too and read it. Stop letting religion divide us. You have knowledge in that Quran that could help you in life. It's really good scientifically and stuff. It shows you how a person was made by a single atom or cell, a germ. But that was we have haters, but that means that you are elevating. Haters only come in when you're touching the ceiling. Most of us feel the ceiling and be like, there's that's resistance. Let me go back down here. It's more comfortable down here. I want to be uncomfortable. I want to touch the ceiling and I want to make my haters more mad. I want to just kill them with softness and kindness and just let them know this this God I serve is just so powerful. You can't attack me in no angle. Every angle is covered. I don't have to see it. He sees it. He won't allow nothing to happen to me if he doesn't want it to happen to me. If he allows you to do something to me, it was for a reason. If you're able to take me from this planet, he wants me closer to him. Because Allah brings us here, but one day we shall return back to him. And I understand that. I'm not scared of death. Because I understand it's not in my hand. I'm not in control of it. Uh, and I seen your comment forever after money. We I pray for. I always pray. I pray. I don't even know y'all personally, and I still pray for everybody in the Discord. It's part of my prayers before my Fajr, before my Dua, before my Asa, before my Maghrib, before my Isha. That's 5 prayers, right? I do a prayer before I start my prayer. I tell Allah or God, if you will, everything that I want in life, and then I pray for abundance, clarity. I pray for specific things from like my Umi. I pray that He allows my grandfather and to like all my homies to forgive us for our sins and to have mercy on us. And I pray for everybody in the Discord. I pray for all of y'all too to not feel no pain, even though pain is needed, but just to God just make the pain a little bearable because I already know how it is to like feel broken and then have to put yourself together. I'm living proof. My sister is in here. I done been through everything. I done been to jail. I done seen death. I done looked at death. I done smelled what death smells. I done been through it all. And I'm thriving now that I've been through that. So I still fight battles. And y'all seen it since the Patreon. Like y'all seen me lose somebody really important to me. Y'all seen I went through a lot like in the Patreon and my my testimony was I love that y'all got to see it too because I'm one of the happiest people that you will ever see or meet. Truly. Uh, yeah, peace and blessings to everybody just joining on here. The next, I'm trying to calm myself real quick. I'm so high right now, and my sister's still in here. That you don't understand how proud that makes. That's my baby right there. Um, you know how hard it is to get family. Like you see the vision so clear, and yeah, I'm talking to you because you could feel it. You see the vision so clear. You just want what's better for your family, and they think you're crazy. They think you're on the wrong path and stuff. So it's just like to see her in here and stuff is amazing. It's incredible. It's so hard. And my sister is Mal World right there, the beautiful queen. She's so beautiful. If y'all see her in the comments, that's her right there. Say peace to the queen. Um, but you know, it's so hard to get family just to see that vision or your friends to see what you see because your vision is only for you. And then you can't drag them with you as bad as you want to drag them with you. Like, like I knew it, like I'm done being a fuck up. Like I found something and I want to share this with you. But the fact y'all not allowing me to hurts. But then I learned that that's actually pulling me back down. That's the crab in the bucket syndrome. Family don't mean to hurt you. They don't mean to intentionally do things, but we're programmed, so we still hurt each other while not even realizing we're doing it or belittling each other. Like, you want to become a what? You can't do that. Do you know how hard it? Like stuff like that. So like, I'm really happy that she's in here and she's still here. We've been locked in for what 2 hours now. All praise is due to Allah. I learned when um when they're ready, they'll come. As bad as you want them, you're just driving yourself crazy trying to bring them on. They'll come in due time. Stop. Levine says, stop trying to be in control of everything, right? I have that problem still sometimes. Just gotta let go, just flow, just let everything go into God's hands. I still have that problem where I just want to, I'm out, I have an alpha mindset. But since Levine said that, God bless her, I, I'm way more mindful of it now. And I just like, Ab, you don't gotta just like, I tell myself, no, you don't gotta do all that, bro. Just let it flow. So thank you for that, Levine. Um, I'm able to listen to others. Before I was so stubborn. And then I don't know if y'all believe in horoscopes and stuff, but it's just so real. I'm a Taurus, but yeah. I see what you just said, KT. Yes. Shout out to Tribe. He gave me a platform and he did allow me to prosper and to help people. My whole thing is just helping people. Feel me? I just it's just when you start to grow, you can't be inside something that you didn't build. Cause then your vision is gonna start conflicting with that the like mine started conflicting with Trap's vision. And we start to see things a little differently. And I just understand it's two powerful leaders in the same thing. One of us had to go. That's his thing. I had to go. And I just it's a bunch of things that I would just love to sit down and just tell them how I feel. That I'm very truthful. That I wasn't feeling. So, but when you just outgrow certain things because you're not meant to stay in something you didn't build, and you can't be scared to just take off and just go build your own. Once I left there, I found something in me that I knew was there, but you don't really know it until you see it, right? And yeah. So yeah, everything played out how it was supposed to. God knows what He's doing. He's the all-knowing. All praise is due to Allah. But I definitely have love for Him still. He helped me uh, be able to show people what I have, my voice, my talent, my gift. And, yeah, I'm grateful for it. Um, let's go on to the next one. So, how are we feeling? How are we feeling? Thank you for that, Lily. That's I see what you said too, Nisi. Honestly, I don't get nothing from it at all. Like I like that y'all be telling me that you know people still talk about me and stuff like that. It don't do nothing to me. Uh I have a thing where I don't like being praised. I feel like I'm taken away from God. That's why I always say all praise is due to Allah and stuff. I like the only thing that I like about it is y'all let me know that I'm on the right path, or I have like my personal life. I have people tell me like I didn't change their life, or I said something that they needed to hear, or just being around me. You could feel. I can't wait till y'all like actually meet me, so you could feel my energy, not through this right here, but like feel me next to you. I'm one of them. I know I am. You gotta know this shit. You gotta like. They try to like tell you, oh, you're cocky and stuff like that. It's just no, like I know I'm special. I felt it in my stomach since I was a youngin', and I'm not afraid to talk, speak. I'm not afraid to face any consequences that I have to face if I know that it's truth I'm speaking and it's no ill will, no malice intent, nothing just positive. Then I'm willing to face it because I give everything to God. This body, I don't really I disconnect from the body kind of. But we all have this potential. I just tapped into it too. I wish I, man, that's not my sister's here. I was a completely different person, y'all. I was violent. I was really violent, really, really violent. In and out of jail a lot. I did not like people. I did not like people, y'all. Like y'all would have caught me in 2021. I don't like. I don't. I didn't like people at all. I wouldn't shake your hand. None of that. I was on that, but I was in survival mode. A person isn't evil. A person is just hungry. Like they don't know no better. They just forced in the corner. This is the environment they've been in. This is all they know. So my goal is just to pull people out that environment, out survival mode, since I know it could be done. That's why I'm in love with like I love Nip like as a human being. That's why y'all see me. A lot of stuff that I do is wrapped around his marathon and stuff like that. Cause he's one of them ones that changed my life. Just showing us like hood gang bangers and stuff like that. Like there's more to this than uh just being violent and just doing dumb stuff. Like we actually are people. Like it sounds weird, but I guess I didn't really know that I was a human being. I was moving like an animal. So he really helped me to. He gave me that confidence and that swag and stuff. So like, yeah, I wish he was still here. He really that shit. I felt like I knew him almost. So yeah, really big on that. But so this next segment is 247. I got three more. Is the circumcision of the heart. Do y'all know about this? Who read their Bible? I'm going to look at the comments. Who read their Bible? Read. The best books you could read is the Bible and the Quran. It's from Romans. Let's go, Amanda. So the circumcision of the heart. We have to go deeper. I'm a real big science, math type of person. Like, I love numbers and stuff. I understand what the universe is, numbers. I love it. We have to study the physical to understand the spiritual. It'll change your life. See, the scripture speaks about the circumcision of the heart. And most people read right past that without ever asking themselves, how do you even circumcise a heart? Like, what? Biologically, you cannot circumcise a heart muscle. You know I'm about to go deep. I love this stuff, man. So what was the deeper meaning? See, circumcision is cutting away the foreskin of the male organ. Jews and Muslims, Allah told us to do this. Why? What is the foreskin? It is a covering that can hide filth. Stay with me. This is going to be super deep. This is my favorite segment. Circumcision is cutting away of the foreskin. And what is the foreskin? It is a covering that can hide filth, hide bacteria, hide disease or dis-ease, hide corruption and darkness. Now think spiritually. How many people are walking around today with a spiritual covering over their heart? A covering hiding envy, a covering hiding jealousy, a covering hiding hatred, a covering hiding lies, a covering hiding ego, a covering hiding insecurity. See, the physical teaches the spiritual. Medical science already shows us that darkness and moisture creates environments where bacteria multiply. That hidden areas, without exposure, without cleansing, become breeding grounds for disease. And spiritually, the exact same thing happens to the human mind. Now do you understand where I'm headed with this? Anything hidden in darkness too long eventually becomes infected. My hand finally held like 90%. Remember, I broke this when I punched. I used to punch and it would hurt. I could finally clench and punch on something. A boxing bag, though. Some people clap for you publicly. I'm so used to that. But privately, pray for your downfall. Am I touching something? If the shoe fits, wear it. Right? Because I'm about to go deeper. Some people say brother, sister, family. But inside, their heart is corrupted with envy. Why? Because they never circumcised their heart. They never cut away the spiritual covering, hiding their corruption. See, you could clean the outside and still be filthy internally. You can wear the right clothes, speak with confidence, quote scripture. You did that to me. I can see my split ends, Rams. Say peace, say love, say unity,
and still carry poison in your spirit. That is why discernment matters, because not every clean appearance contains a clean heart. Now let's go even deeper. I'm talking to my haters. I'm talking to the ones that love me. The organ of life can also spread disease. Did you know that? How? How is that possible, Ab? If the vessel is corrupted, just think about that spiritually. The organ of life can also spread disease if the vessel is corrupted. Your words can give life or spread poison. Your thoughts can build or destroy. Your spirit can heal or infect everybody around you. That's why Solomon said, out of the heart flows the issues of life. Talk to me. I know the Bible. I know it. I breathe it. Because whatever fills the heart eventually flows into speech, behavior, decisions, and actions. That's why jealousy or a jealous heart, that is why a jealous heart eventually speaks jealousy. A hateful heart eventually produces division. A corrupt heart eventually creates confusion. The fruit always reveals the root. And that is why Jesus spoke about circumcising the heart. He was speaking about removing the spiritual covering that's hiding the corruption, pulling back the layers, exposing the darkness to truth, allowing the light of God to cleanse the vessel completely. Talk back to me. Because truth is light, and bacteria cannot thrive long under light. That's why lies love darkness. Envy loves secrecy. Mischief loves hidden rooms. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? Whisperers love private corners. But truth stands boldly in the light. Now ask yourself honestly today, what are you hiding under the covering? What bitterness? What envy? What insecurity? What pride? What addiction? What hidden hatred? Gotta get that out of you. I had it in me. I got it out of me. I got some in me. I'm getting it out of me. I still got some in me. I'm getting it out of me. Because elevation is impossible without purification. You cannot ask God to raise you while protecting the same darkness, poisoning your spirit. That is why growth hurts. Because real growth requires cutting away parts of yourself that your ego became attached to. And circumcision is painful, not comfortable, not easy, painful. And spiritual circumcision is the same way. It hurts to kill ego. It hurts to face yourself honestly. It hurts to admit corruption inside yourself, within yourself. Did you hear when I said the eyes were made to look outward? I see you, but I don't see me. You see you. No, you cannot. You see me. You cannot see you. If God wants us to look within, that means we have to go against everything that we know. which is so hard. If my eyes were made to look outward, but God wants me to look inward, that's a mighty tough task that I have. It's possible though. Without purification, there is no elevation. Without cleansing, there is no clarity. Without discipline, there is no power. That is why some people remain spiritually stagnant. I know younger people that's way better off than some of these older people. There's people older than me that just are so immature. Just so immature. Like, you 50 and you act like that? My, I wonder how you was 20 years ago. How are you even getting through life? Surprised nobody did nothing to you. Today, we're done living like that. We're cutting away envy, cutting away fear, cutting away jealousy, cutting away weakness, cutting away deception, cutting away whispers, trying to corrupt the vessel. Because if you want power, you must first become clean internally. If you want peace, you must first remove corruption from the spirit. Circumcise the heart, clean the vessel, expose the darkness to truth, which is light, and let nothing except life flow from your spirit. And that is why Jesus said the circumcision of the heart, he didn't mean it literally. That is why I said we cannot look at the Bible and Quran and literally go by what it, we got to dig deep into it to see what did he mean by that? The circumcision of the heart. That was good. That was real good. We got 2 more segments. I'm doing perfect on time. 35 more minutes. Just a sec, because I get like, I'm telling you, I get really high where my head, that's why I hold my head when I'm like this, because I be too high up sometimes where I gotta come down just a little bit. Because when I get like that high, I'll start like fucking dozing off and stuff. I'm so calm. How are we feeling? How y'all feeling? Peace, Queen. Yes, Levine. Yeah. Word. Good. I'm glad y'all feel good. That's a fact, Amanda. My body's detoxing this damn pimple right here. I done ate something I wasn't supposed to, huh? It's amazing how your body communicates to you. We just don't understand it. I got a detox. All right. The next topic is ownership over consumption, and then the last one is breaking mental and financial chains. Hold on, my queen's texting me. I'm still so high right now. Yeah. All right. I'm about to. I'm going now. I gotta make sure the queen's good. All right, boom. Okay. Ownership over consumption. Whew. Ace. They don't got no weed like this. I'm high as hell. Words. It's the real sour diesel. Once I knew that, man, that shit was amazing, man. I could get high. Literally, I heard people say high off life, but don't think too much into it. And some of the people just be lying. But I really get high. When I do these Wednesday lives, I be high as hell. Not talking smoking either. Real high. He takes me up there. That's bad. In my head, I don't know why Sexy Red just went off. Take me through there. Take me through. That's crazy, y'all. All right. Ownership over consumption. This right here is one of the biggest battles our people are facing today, because for too long, our people have been structurally programmed to be consumers, professional consumers at that. We buy everything except ownership. We buy trends, we buy chains, we buy shoes, distractions, liabilities, but we rarely buy infrastructure. And that is not accidental. That is psychological programming. See, Malcolm X taught us something powerful. Elijah Muhammad taught us something powerful. You cannot depend on another man's system and call yourself free. Freedom requires ownership, real ownership. Own your land, own your business, your platform, your data, your trades, your production, own your infrastructure. Because if another man controls your supply chain, he controls your survival. And that is the trap people, too many people are still living inside right now. See, the system mastered the science of consumption. Flood the neighborhoods with fast food. Why is that in like the hoods? Like, it's in all the hoods. You see fast food everywhere. You go to Newark, you know what's the number one thing there? Liquor stores. Flood the neighborhoods with fast food. Flood the neighborhoods with liquor. Flood the neighborhoods with entertainment. Flood the neighborhoods with poison. Flood the neighborhoods with flood the neighborhood. I just want to dance. I don't know, and I don't even dance, you heard? Flood the neighborhoods with temporary pleasures while keeping the knowledge of ownership, assets, equity, and market structure hidden in darkness. That's not random. That is strategic. Because a distracted consumer is easier to control than an educated owner. So let's talk about mathematics tonight, because I said I love mathematics. The buying power of black people reaches into trillions. You heard me? Trillions, not billions. But the problem is not our ability to spend. The problem is retention. The money leaves our communities almost immediately. Think about that. I did a live, one of my first lives, where I broke down the statistics of the ethnic backgrounds and how much they bring into the communities and how much leaves out. Ours is the worst by far. The problem is not our ability to spend. We have the money. The problem is retention. The money leaves our communities almost immediately. We are rich in consumption, but poor in ownership. We finance everybody else's empire while our own foundation stays weak. And then we wonder why we lack economic stability. Because consumption without ownership creates dependency, right? And dependency creates control. When you spend 100% of what you earn funding another man's balance sheet, you become economically tied to the very system exploiting you. That is modern slavery, not chains on the ankle, chains on the mind, chains on spending habits and financial literacy. Well, financial illiteracy. Chains on emotional buying, chains on ego-driven consumption. That is why they market status more than ownership, because status keeps you broke. Ownership creates independence. See, they taught our people to celebrate the AP watch. That's going viral right now. But ignore the business behind the watch. Celebrate the designer, but never own the manufacturer. Celebrate the athlete, but never own the stadium. Celebrate the rapper, but never own the distribution. That mindset must die, because elevation requires a shift in consciousness. The moment your mind changes from how can I spend this to how can I own this, everything changes. Now you can stop chasing temporary validation. Now you can start building systems. Now you can start thinking generationally. Now you can stop asking what can make you look rich. Jesus said, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. But some of us aren't looking for answers. Some of us are comfortable where we are. So how could you know the truth? How can you be free? We have to start asking, what can make my bloodline free? That is a completely different mindset. So listen, ownership is not just money. Ownership is discipline, responsibility. Ownership is sacrifice. Ownership is delayed gratification, because building something real takes patience. Everybody wants to harvest, but nobody wants to plant. Everybody wants wealth, but very few people want structure. Everybody wants success, but few people want accountability. See, real ecosystems are not built through emotion. They are built through production. Production, capital retention, discipline, cooperation, and vision. That is how nations rise. That is how communities rise. That is how families rise. And we have to stop waiting for somebody else to save us. Nobody coming to save your black ass, right? We must build. We must educate ourselves. We must teach our children. We must stop wasting our wealth funding destruction and start investing in systems that produce freedom, land, business, skills, assets, technology. Infrastructure, knowledge, that is real power. And understand this clearly. The people who own the infrastructure control the future. That is why they fight so hard to keep us distracted. Because distracted people consume. Focused people build. You don't know this already? I feel like I say it every week. Builders are dangerous to systems built on dependency. That's why they kill us when we start talking like this. That is why teaching discipline, that is why studying the market structure, that is why tracking institutional flow, that is why we speak about ownership, because this is bigger than trading. This is about breaking economic chains. This is about reclaiming mental sovereignty. This is about creating systems that can survive storms. Stop begging for a seat at their table. That was never designed for your freedom. Build your own table. Pool resources. Buy the land. Own the businesses. Control the asset. Protect the infrastructure. Teach the next generation and create something. And create something that still stands long enough after you are gone. That is legacy. That is freedom. That is power. And today we are choosing ownership over consumption. All praise is due to Allah. All praise is due to Allah. We on to the last one. Breaking mental and financial chains. How are we feeling? Y'all still here with me? Am I talking to myself? Oh, you still there? My armpits all sweaty and shit. I put deodorant on. Why is that happening? I guess because I'm over here screaming and stuff. My blood pressure boiling. I'm hot. I'm high. Woo! Oh man. Let's see. How are we feeling? Yeah, it is. I'm up there, bro. Ain't no type of deodorant gonna hold this sweat back. But it's not even like, KT, get higher. I was about to really start getting into the conversation with you. Okay. I know it's time for me to go. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I'm like my brothers. Case you know what I'm talking about. My stomach sweaty, all that. I don't care. I'll rub this shit on the screen, bro. You said don't look like you. All right. All right, this is the last one. You know, so the last one is breaking mental and financial chains. I was just thinking, how great is the mercy of Allah or God, who has given the weakest of the weak a weapon with which he could fight the greatest tyrant and oppressor. Dua, our prayer, is a weapon that everyone could afford to possess, and no one needs to be taught how to use it. The dua of the oppressed and the one who has been wronged is of surely answered. I seek refuge in Allah. Not even hot. It's just when I start like shouting and stuff, the pores start going. Ace! Rams. Wait, Rams. I know you didn't just type and made it try to seem like it was me. Was that what you was just doing? Because I'm not typing. I think y'all so funny. Attendance coming out on Discord. Yo, he crazy. And he didn't even do it from his account. That's crazy, yo. That's preacher sweat. Boy, these light skins just don't know their place, man. All right. That's the last one. KT, your attendance is absolutely horrific. But we're going to leave you alone now. I understand. All right, so now we close today on the final pillar. I'm hungry. Breaking mental and financial chains. You right here looking at me, bro. I'm not typing nothing. How it sound like me. I ain't gonna lie, but that definitely wasn't me. Breaking mental and financial chains. The heaviest chains on earth are not made of iron. They are not forged in fire. They are forged in the mind. Let me stop reading this. Bad programming, fear, doubt, hopelessness, discipline destroyed by distraction. That is the real prison. Because if a man thinks like a victim, or if a woman thinks like a victim, he or she will be like a victim. He or she will speak like a victim. He or she will trade like a victim. He or she, not a he or she will trade like a victim. He or she will build excuses instead of building systems. That is why the battle always starts in the mind. It always starts in the mind first. The system understands psychologically better than most people understand themselves. They know if they can control your attention, they can control your direction. They can control your desires. They can control your spending. They can control your fears, and they can control your future. That is why they constantly flood people with noise. Noise in the media, noise in the relationships, noise in the entertainment. You got noise in social media. You got noise in the culture. You just got constant confusion everywhere. Constant distractions everywhere. Constant emotional warfare. Because a distracted mind cannot build. A tired mind cannot think clearly. gotta stop looking at myself. An emotionally unstable mind cannot execute without discipline. And that is exactly what they depend on. Mental exhaustion. They want you paranoid. They want you emotionally reactive. They want you distracted, and they want you broke. Because when the people become mentally exhausted, they stop studying, they stop building, and they stop planning. They stop believing freedom is even possible. And once that happens, the chain becomes invisible. You don't even know you have it on. Now the person starts protecting the very prison, destroying their mind. That is psychological slavery. But today we breaking those chains completely. Because chains only work when the person wearing them believes they are permanent. Look at this. Think about an elephant. When an elephant is young, they tie it down with a small rope. I'm sure some of y'all heard this. When an elephant is young, they tie it down with a small rope. The elephant pulls. Then it pulls again. Then it pulls one more time. Eventually, the elephant stops trying. Years later, this elephant is huge, massive elephant. Did you know that massive elephant can still be held by that tiny rope? It's real shit. It's real stuff right here. You heard what I said? That same young elephant that was trying to pull on that small rope that kept trying and eventually stopped. Once it got massive and could pull not only the rope but the house down with the rope, it just stopped. It didn't even try. It was held by that little tiny rope. Not because the rope is stronger, but because the programming became stronger than the elephant. And many of our people are living exactly like that right now. Powerful minds, powerful spirits, and powerful potential. Still trapped by old programming. Programming that says you can't build. Programming that says you'll never own anything. Programming that says you need permission. Programming that says stay in your place. Programming that says play it safe. Programming that says just survive. But no, we got to be done with surviving. We're building. We're studying. We're executing. We're transforming, because once truth enters the mind, the chain starts weakening immediately. That is why knowledge is dangerous to oppressive systems. This Discord, man, what we have, this is going to be, just imagine when we have thousands of people. We only need to spark 20 minds. Discipline creates action, and action creates freedom. That is why financial literacy matters. That is why technical mastery matters. That is why emotional discipline matters. That is why spiritual resilience matters, because that becomes the hammer that breaks the chain. Let's go a little deeper before we end this. Most people are not poor because they are never taught structure. Pardon me. My head gone. I feel like a balloon right now. Most people are poor because they were never taught structure. No structure in spending. No structure in emotions, investing, health. No structure in discipline. And without structure, chaos enters automatically. That is why we emphasize execution so heavily. Execution defeats confusion. Execution defeats emotion. Execution defeats fear. That is why in trading, most people lose before they even enter the position. Why? Because mentally they already lost control. Greed takes over. Fear takes over. Ego takes over. Impatience takes over. And once emotion controls the mind, the market punish you instantly. The market punish you instantly. The exact same thing happens in life. An undisciplined mind becomes expensive. An emotional mind becomes vulnerable. A distracted mind becomes controllable. It's about the rap. But a disciplined mind becomes dangerous. A focused mind becomes dangerous. A spiritually grounded mind becomes extremely dangerous to systems built on manipulation. That is why we are not running from pressure. We are not folding under pressure. We are not folding under resistance. We understand something very powerful today. The higher you climb, the steeper the mountain becomes, but pressure also creates strength. Steel is forged underneath heat. Diamonds are created under pressure, and disciplined people are built through adversity. That is why we stay locked in. We guard our peace. We guard our spirit. We guard this community. We stop giving energy to noise because not every battle deserves your attention. Sometimes silent execution is the loudest response possible. And understand this clearly. You cannot elevate while remaining mentally chained. You cannot build wealth with a poverty mindset. You cannot build legacy with emotionally unstable people or yourself. Something has to break. And today we break the chains of fear, the chains of envy, the chains of emotional weakness, chains of financial ignorance, the chains of dependency, the chains of low thinking, the chains of self-doubt, the chains of mental slavery. We are replacing them with discipline, structure, knowledge, ownership, faith, execution, and vision. Because vision changes everything. Once a person truly sees freedom in their mind, the chain loses power permanently. So stand tall today. Protect your peace. Protect your vision. Protect your energy. There's some evil, wicked people out there. Execute the mission with precision. We're snipers. Move with discipline. We're wolves. Move with patience. We're wolves and snipers. Move with purpose. We're God's people. And understand this clearly. If God is for you, absolutely nobody can be against you. This is the Snipers Command Center, episode 13. So stand bold, build your legacy, break every chain, and I'll see you in the charts. Because I gotta end this. I gotta go get my kid. Thank you for everybody joining. Let me just catch up real quick on the comments. Mental bondage is a fact. All right. I hope y'all all enjoyed this. I'm so high right now. Yo, my shit crazy, bro. My shit don't even get like this when I'm boxing and playing basketball. This shit look like I was in the water and just like I'm hot and just dip my shit. Damn. You're welcome. I love that. Thank you for the spiritual and mental food, bro. I'm leaving full. Oh shit. Oh man. All praise is due to Allah. Thank you for everybody joining on here. I hope y'all have a blissful, amazing afternoon. Mamas, I'm coming over later. Stay strong, man. There's a war out there, and we can't even see the war. It's a visible war. And it's against your mind, and the odds is stacked against you. Serve others, make someone smile. Give somebody a compliment, a random person. You never know. You could stop that person from killing themselves. And I'll leave y'all off with the hot. I do this every single show. The highest human act that you can achieve is to inspire. And I love telling y'all and asking y'all, listen, would you rather be at war with yourself and at peace with the world, or at peace with the world and at war with yourself? Stay focused, love life, be happy. Tell yourself you're happy even if you're down. The more you tell yourself is the more that you're building something in your mind. Remember, your subconscious mind only knows what you tell it. You could be whatever you want to be in life. So just because there's time, and just know that depression is something that they, a word that they made so you could put it on you, and now you now done did a dis-ease to yourself. So that's what, there's no such thing as diseases, they're called dis-eases. That's like when the body is uncomfortable, you put a dis-ease. Like cancer and all that stuff is a dis-ease, but it's treatable. All that stuff is treatable. um so yeah, serve others, man. That's the only way to live life, is to serve others, and you will be happy with your life. If you're not happy with your life, it's because you're not walking in your divine purpose and you're not serving others. And be grateful for what you have now, because why should he give you something bigger if you're not grateful for what you have that's supposedly small? Just be grateful with everything that you have. Make sure you get on a routine, start praying more. And it's not all about just praying in the churches and stuff like that, because you got to be mindful you're taking in energy of other people. And in the mosque too, you're taking in the energy of the other people. You don't know if you're standing next to the devil, because the devil enters where you least suspect him. So it's really better to pray with yourself. But I understand why some of us go to that, so it's okay. But just be mindful of that, and pray, read, keep seeking knowledge, and know that knowledge is to acquire information and put it to practice. If you don't put it to practice, it becomes poison and it kills you internally. Um, Serve others. Keep saying it. Just be happy. I don't like seeing people depressed or being stressed. There's no such thing as that at all. Keep telling yourself. Catch yourself every time a negative thought come. Boom, replace it with a positive thought. It's gonna feel dumb. It's gonna feel hard for a long time. Give yourself grace. It works. I promise you, it works. Just keep doing it. It's called a paradigm shift. I'm always going to speak about it. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. This spiritual stuff is weird to people because they're just programmed. But you want to be abnormal. You want to be weird. You don't want to be normal. Why would you want to be like the rest of people? They're leading you to death. It's like they're leading you off the cliff. You want to be weird. You don't want to be normal. I never really got that. I like being weird. I'm cool. I don't want to be normal. I want to be abnormal. Um and then I'll leave y'all off with peace be upon you. And in Arabic, we say Assalamu alaikum. Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses, peace, love, light, and healing upon everybody on here. Have a blissful afternoon, evening. I gotta go get in the tank. Boy, hot. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate y'all. And thank you for allowing me to serve y'all. Have a blissful day. I'm out.